All right. Welcome back.
Hi guys.
Episode 51. I'm Syn Delano. Let's see, this week I was able to get my nail fixed.
Oh good God.
I've been hiding.
Wait, do you know she's been hiding this nail for what, a month?
Labor Day. No, Memorial Day. Yes, I went to the homie's 50th birthday party and I was sitting on the top of a chair and the young lady that was sitting in the chair got up and the chair capsized and I was trying to protect my frozen shoulder. So I tried to stop my fall and my nail popped back. It was the worst pain of my life. Half my nail ripped off. Woo! It took a month and a half for this bitch to grow to where I could get it back on. So I can sit on either side now.
Yes.
Without fear of showing. It looks like, because my nails are so long,
Right.
it looks like my finger had been cut off.
Oh,
So
no, we didn't want that.
I'm back to normal. My kid comes home from camp tomorrow. I'm very excited about this. I haven't seen her in 3 weeks. So Bug will be back.
What do you guys want to do when she first is back?
Probably go get some lunch.
Anywhere special take it?
I was gonna check in with you, like food options. We might go to Golden Buddha.
Okay.
She hasn't been there since she
was small.
4.
Yes.
Yeah, so it was her favorite place. I know this is gonna sound weird, but they have bomb chicken wings. And this was her favorite place to get chicken. They give you like 8. Well, they're huge chicken wings.
Yeah.
We may be eating cat. I don't care if I can take
Oh God.
whatever. But yeah, I think I might take her since we're already gonna be on that side of town.
Yeah. That would be
I
fun.
go there. And
Now back down memory lane.
yeah, I also, so this week has been full of revelations and this, that, and the third. My therapist is having me write a trauma narrative. And for those who don't know, I pretty much have to chronicle all the trauma that I can remember from childhood.
Something like this.
It's traumatic as fuck. And it literally like causes me to pause. But because I have ramped up my therapy, because I feel like I'm losing my mind a little bit, it's my therapist is making me address all of my relationships.
Wow.
We don't get to you. But no, she's like,
no, I know.
Assess all of your relationships.
No, I get it.
Like why you're in them.
Yeah.
Are they beneficial both ways?
Right.
Do they mirror relationships you have with your family members? And so I am starting the talks with people today. And I kind of feel like people think that they're in trouble. But it's like, you're not in trouble. I'm doing what my therapist. My therapist has challenged me to assess all of my relationships.
I love that though.
So I have to have very honest conversations. I have to tell the people who are closest to me what I need.
Yes.
And it's scary because I do know some people, they can't.
They don't have the capacity.
They don't. I don't think they ever will.
Oh, wow.
Just think of one person I'm thinking of. You know who it is.
Look up like this.
So that's been my week. It's been a little heavy, but therapeutically necessary.
Look up like this.
Yeah, it's a sad day in my life. Who are you?
Who am I? Nigga, sugar. I am a clown. God, I was gonna start singing another song. God damn ADD. Hi, I'm Tam Joyner. As you can tell, I do have ADD. This week,
Nobody knows.
yes, well, they can't tell. Okay. Anyway, so this week, my life is a mess. I'm moving, so I am packing, and I, got all of my linens and towels and packed. And then this morning I got up and I was like, I don't have any towels.
Oh no.
I don't have any washcloths because they're in a box. tape them.
Did you make a Target run?
No, I found one like in a suitcase. So I was like, oh God, what in Jesus' name? So
Would you like a towel for it?
no, I have a towel. I just will have to wash the ones that I found. Because I'm in the middle of doing laundry too. So so it's a combination of things going. Stuff is still wet and other stuff. Just
Got you.
My life is in shambles because I'm living out of suitcases and I don't know where shit is anymore because stuff is in a box. And my living room has suitcases and boxes all over it.
Yes.
It looks crazy. And then I realized I have a lot of shoes. A lot of shoes I do not wear. Let me tell you something. I'm glad we're talking about sex this month because I have bought some shoes in the thought that I would do things in these shoes. These shoes have never been worn.
I have some of those in Unirush.
I'm trying to determine if, do I need to keep or do I
Maybe.
let these shoes go? I'm gonna, I bought a pair of shoes to wear for my birthday one year. You were there when I bought them, the red platform shoes with the bow. I
was there.
We lived together when I bought them. They were red and they had my toes are out and it has like a red bow. Yes, and you zip them up in the back. I still never worn those shoes.
These need to go with you to St. Martin.
Yes, and I found a dress to go with it. So
I know that's right.
The red shoes will get worn. Now the black stilettos.
Where are you going in them shoes?
Well, it was gonna be a short walk. But anyway, so I'm trying to organize my life. I have a lot of papers I'm throwing away. Logan's right. We have too many journals because I have 150 million notebooks. And then there's like, I wrote in 3 pages. I wrote in 3 pages, but just never went back to it. And I'm just looking at this like,
She made me promise not to buy anymore.
Yeah, so it's hard because I think I bought 2 and this year, and I'm just trying to restrain myself from not purchasing more because I always see ones that I want. So I'm just my apartment complex that I'm currently in is Bootsy because again I took my remote garage door.
I was going to ask about this.
Nisha took it. They said they fixed it. It didn't work. Nisha gave it back to them.
Mm-hmm.
They told me to come by and pick it up. It still doesn't work.
Can we get our shit out?
So please? I said to the lady, look, I'm going to schedule a day. Yes. Y'all need to bust it open. So me and her are talking on Monday to figure out the date to bust it open because I have to be out by the 21st.
Well, that's going to be on them if you're not.
Yeah, if I'm not, that's not because I've been trying for a good 3 or 4 weeks to get into this motherfucking garage. So we're going to talk about that and work that out. But aside from my world being in utter chaos, I'm doing very well. Look at
that's
me.
Good.
I'm doing very well.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Moving on, Speakerboxxx. What we've been listening to. So for all of the people who have never like really sat down, like anyone who's watched Insecure knows the music is like one of the best things about the whole show. Insecure.
They did a very good job. Didn't Raphael Sadiq?
He was
the music.
He was the music director.
Okay.
So they picked a lot of music that I just randomly came up on Spotify.
Yeah.
And it happened to be in the show. There was one song, it's called Time Off. And it's by these artists. I've heard of Radio, and it's spelled RAEDIO, but I had never heard of BK Habermill until I heard this song. So on the Insecure show, they play a lot of R&B that's from overseas. Overseas. Yeah. So basically Black people from London making music. So Time Off is great. I think that was on the episode where Issa was like finally making money doing what she wanted to do.
Yes.
And she couldn't take no time off. She was just
praise Jesus.
Booked and busy.
That's what I'm talking about.
The other song that I was listening to was A. Marie. I just died. Let me tell you something about this first Amerie album. Will always be hands down one of the best 90s. That came in the 90s, right? Yeah, one of the best 90s album. I know you're making this face. I never said Amerie was like the greatest singer.
No. I just know what I was gonna say was like I didn't like that album.
Nobody cares what you like. So I used to work with this guy and he would play Amerie every single day. Every single day. If I didn't like it, it would have got on my nerves. But I Just Died is my jam. I don't know why I was playing Bad and Bougie, but my daughter can pick out Offset's voice literally off any song, and I have no idea like how she has an ear for Offset. But I was playing some random song, and she was like, "This is kind of random. Why Offset on here?" And I said, "You know Offset's voice?" Of course I do. Okay, I didn't know you was an Offset fan.
Look,
but she knows the difference between Offset, Quavo, and Takeoff.
I mean, you know.
So, you know.
Yeah.
Bad and Bougie.
Come on, that was it. Between that and stir fry. Just
she hates stir fry and she hates Taco Tuesday. I know. Such a hater. This is just an honorable mention. But these guys were like in the mall and they were playing the piano.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, why does this song sound familiar? But the song was so beautiful. They were playing Chop Suey by System of a Down. But it was like literally the most beautiful thing I had ever heard.
Let me tell you something. People, it's enough of us Black people that appreciate System of a Down. So I don't even have to say anything. If you know, you know.
You know, if I didn't have a period of just being just absolutely vain, I probably would have been a Black goth kid. Because I listened to so much of that.
Yeah, but you know,
music.
It's all. I always have to go back and no judgment and talk about how I was very much like Corn, Limp Bizkit, Papa Roach, like all of that was very much those were my people. So sometimes when people say something, I'll be like, y'all, you don't know. Like we listen to everything.
Like the depressing women, like who was that? Alanis Morissette, Fiona Apple.
Stop. Those are my two favorites. Yes. Because when they did Jagged Little Pill on Broadway, me and a certain male friend of mine were plotting to go and see it. Because I was like, when are we going? Like, do you need me to fly in and meet you? Like, we were dead serious because that was our shit. Like, collectively, we bonded over that type of Jagged Little Pill.
I know you have to, if you say one, you have to say the other. But I really was only a fan of Nirvana because of Kurt Cobain.
Man, listen, look.
I was deeply saddened when he took his life.
When I tell you that my love for Nirvana literally translated over to Foo Fighters because I was a fan of Dave Grohl. So it just kind of blended in and I fucking love them too. Okay. Yes. We are way off track.
We are.
But
did you just say what you listen to? Because I could do this all day.
Yeah, we could. I have an old car. I have a CD player. It has been playing Erykah Badu for about 2 years. Like I've had Erykah Badu on my CD player, and I was like, let's take Erykah out. Let's just pull her out, but let's see what else to put in. And it was a CD that I had burned, and I stuck it in, and it was the 2020 Experience by Justin Timberlake.
Wait, didn't I just say I was listening to Push Love Girl last week?
When I tell you, it took me all types of places when it came, and I was like, memories just flooding back because when I tell you start to finish, that perfect record. But my favorite song on there is Strawberry Bubblegum.
I love that song.
The thing about the Justin Timberlake record, what I think people don't realize today, when you listen to songs, Spotify, Apple Music, most songs that you hear are less than 3 minutes long.
Yes.
These songs on Justin Timberlake's record, each one was more than 5 to 6 minutes long. So kids nowadays, their attention span wouldn't allow for what this record was. But it's a fabulous record. But Strawberry Bubblegum, Justin Timberlake, my song. If anybody, you live in Atlanta, why is it 97.9? I think it's like an old school station. Is it
Really?
Whatever it is, it's a sister station to Q100. But I can't remember the name of it. I think it's 97.9. It's a like old school station. And they played a song that I haven't heard in years. And most of you probably have never heard. Champagne by Salt and Pepper.
So when you said it, I was like, why do I not remember this song?
If you played it, you'd be like, I do know this song.
Okay.
Because it was a popular song, but it was kind of like, damn, I forgot about, like, it was literally one of those I forgot about this song kind of moments when I heard it. But I was like in the car.
Yes.
I was like, that was my jam. And honorable mention, Nisha always laughs when this song comes on because I get hyped. Funky Dividends by 3 Times Dope. When this song came out,
I was listening to that last week.
it was me and my friend Heather, who I grew up with. We've known each other since we were 10 or 11. And that was our song. We had dance moves. Like I was a dancer in my former life, in my mind.
I was the missing member of 357.
And and when it came on, I was like, oh, this is my song. And then my sister in the background goes, I know. I heard this enough as a child that I know that this is your song. So I was like, what? She was like, oh my God. She was like, this song? She was like, I only know this song because of you. So if you don't know Funky Dividends, 3 Times Dope, let me tell you, they're Philadelphia legends. Please go listen to Funky Dividends. And the crazy thing about Funky Dividends is that this is a song from the late 80s, early 90s, but it still applies in 2023. So it's very appropriate for the times. Yes. So definitely go back and listen to that. But yeah, that's what's in my Speakerboxxx.
Good. Without further ado, let's get into the ghetto happenings of Earth. The world is a ghetto. I'm gonna let you go first.
I have stopped talking about Florida.
No, we watching this that motherfucking sorry ass state every episode.
I don't want to keep talking about Florida, but I swear every week y'all give me more to talk about. Like I have to pull out the list.
It's the Satan. It's the Satan. If he wasn't running the fucking show, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. Dude. Not from there.
Dude, let me tell you something. So Florida, on July 1st? Florida has invalidated driver's license from the following states: Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Rhode Island, and Vermont. So if you are planning on vacationing to Florida from those states and you are driving, your driver's license is invalid in the state of Florida. People are kind of like, they don't understand. What you must understand is that this is about immigration. Because of those states? Because of those states and those laws in those states allow for people who are not citizens to have driver's license. So it's a whole thing about migrants or immigrants.
How racist can one white person be? And our federal government is allowing this.
I mean, I'm saying one thing. I'm done. I'm not even gonna comment anymore. This man is running for president. That's all. That's all I want to tell you. Oh, wait. I can talk about Florida some more. Oh, one more thing about Florida, because I think you'll get a kick out of this. So Florida has all these racist things. Like you can't teach about Black history, but you can teach about Asian American history. You can't say gay. It's all these things. They, drag queen, all these things.
Mhm.
And the envelopians have been fine with it until Ron DeSantis decided to end the forever alimony law. So now these women who have been getting alimony are getting cut off. So now these Republican white women have decided that they're going to switch parties because they don't want to support Ron DeSantis. But it was okay.
It was money.
It was okay when he was coming after everybody else. When he sent all the Mexicans and the Spanish, anybody that was when he sent them packing, y'all were fine with that. When they cut out the Black history in the school, you were fine with that.
When he cut off,
but when he cut off your money, now you have a problem with it. Look, let me tell you something. I saw Nikki Giovanni years ago, and it still stands. She was like, they're coming after the gays. Who you think they're coming after next? It's always somebody next. It's always somebody next. I don't understand what people don't understand about that. If you don't get on the train when they start with one, you're going to be a part of the group that they come after next. Just y'all are not thinking logically. These white people want their slaves back.
Racist white women think that they are exempt from the whims of heteronormative white men, and they are not.
Nope.
The government was created, for the most part, by heteronormative white men.
Yes.
So anyone who is outside of that group, they will come for you.
You in danger, girl.
Period.
Molly,
you think you safe because your skin ain't got no melanin in it. You are not safe, white lady.
You have a vagina. You not safe.
White ladies, white girls, white people that identify. Even if you are non-binary,
yes,
and you look like you got a coochie,
yeah,
they coming
for you too. And so it's just, Florida is hell. And I saw that. I kept seeing that clip repeatedly. Bugs Bunny cut that bitch off with the salt. And I was like, Bugs, I'm coming to help. Like, I need somebody to help.
I just feel bad for the people that have to catch these stray bullets that's just minding their business and trying to live life in Florida. Like, sorry, y'all.
Yeah, it's just, and that's the thing is that I feel very much sorry for the people who cannot afford to up and leave Florida.
Yes.
Like, because there's people who would love to go, but just they don't have the means to up and leave. They just it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's ghetto. I'm gonna mention something that has been just constantly on everyone's timeline, whether they wanted it there or not, whether you know these people or not. And it's not really about them, but of course I have to mention it to give it context. Mm-hmm. So if you want to do your Googles and figure out what's going on, Keke Palmer's baby daddy, his name is Darius, but we just for the sake of time, Keke baby daddy showed his ass on the internet. And what was alarming to me was the amount of people. So when I say people, I'm including women in this, who made the comment, he's not even married to her. That's just her baby daddy. I want people to get out of the chokehold that if you are married to a man, he can tell you what to do, and you have to follow his orders. Marriage is not a dictatorship, okay? And this is coming from someone who I was like, why is it like I live with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? And he who shall not be named on my podcast said, well, I was under the impression that once we got married, you have to do whatever I tell you to do. Who in the fuck?
Because what happens is, y'all, when you say I do, and they say I do, there's a fairy that comes and sprinkles dust over top of y'all's heads, and everything about you changes.
Anybody, okay? Anybody who knows me.
Yeah, that's not it.
Who know me for 1 year, 10 years,
Baby,
20, 30, or 40
baby,
years.
that's not it.
What you know about me is
That's-
I ain't never been that bitch.
Mm-mm.
Now I have something to say.
I think I
have something to say. Like you can't, there was one man in my life, uno, who I blindly followed. And I will never blindly follow another man in my motherfucking life because it has always been to my fucking detriment. And that was my father. I believed him. I trusted. You're supposed to trust your daddy, right?
Yeah.
This nigga always led me to peril. Always.
But here's the crazy thing about the whole concept of, for me, no, they're not supposed, that's not how marriage works. But for me, what's bothersome is that for a lot of women, that is their expectation. Because
that he's
supposed to tell them what, and because for them to say he's just her boyfriend, that means that is your your expectation.
And that's why it's ghetto to me.
Yeah.
Because, and this is I'm coming for women.
Yes.
This is not a pick me statement, because please don't pick me. I don't want you trifling, dusty ass niggas. I'm just saying, can we please challenge ourselves in the things that we say? Because when you say that's not even her husband, you are implying that husbands have a right to tell their wives what to do. He doesn't own you. Yeah. He doesn't own her. Your husband doesn't own you, ma'am. Yeah. And you don't own him. So even it goes both ways. It's a partnership. Like, why do people act like romantic relationships are about someone has to be superior and someone has to be inferior? That grinds my fucking gears, because people be wanting to know why their shit doesn't work, because you are acting like this person is a possession. Yeah, an item. It's like
people get into relationships and they create a power dynamic that doesn't have to exist, but you place it there, like you make it exist, like you create it when it doesn't have to be there from the start.
That's because you look at your parents.
Yeah.
Society says, look at who runs the country.
Right.
Men.
Yeah.
Okay. They're doing a fucking terrible job at it. They've always done a fucking terrible job at running this country for the most part. What the fuck are they doing? Yeah. But this is who we have to listen to these mother. Look at what men are doing. Look.
Yeah.
Case in point, a man is doing that. He's making these stupid ass fucking decisions that literally are affecting everyone, not just in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
Now, how many people know what she just told us about ghetto ass Florida, and they gonna ride their ass into Florida and get hit the fuck up?
Right. But here's the thing: is that just imagine flying into, let's say you taking your kids to Disney. Mm-hmm. You get into Orlando, you go to the spot, and you want to rent a car, and they tell you that your license is invalid because you come from one of those states.
So what the
fuck you gonna do for the whole week?
Who gonna refund your money? Nobody.
Right.
And that's like, it's ghetto. I want us as people to do better and stop subscribing to these fucking ghetto social conditionings, because we don't have to believe these things.
Right.
We don't have to subscribe to them either.
No, we don't. We do not. And a lot of times what I feel like is sometimes people are really afraid to push the envelope.
Yeah. I mean,
Look,
and that's why,
that like my grandma.
That's why the world is a ghetto.
Yes, the world is a ghetto.
Moving on.
Yes.
This is episode 51, Bodies on Bodies. We are talking about sexual history, body counts. It's a
stupid ass question to ask somebody.
It is.
It's a dumbass question. And I feel like if any man who has ever asked me that question got blocked immediately. Like I didn't even answer the question and I didn't tell them they would get blocked. They just never heard from me.
Here's my thing. Anytime that I've been asked it, my question is, so if I don't tell you, we're not having sex?
Right, because
Excuse me.
that's never the case though.
Right.
That's never the case.
Well, I just want to know what I'm getting into. What
You
does it
should get
matter?
this
What does it matter? How many people I've had sex with before you,
Wait a minute.
if you want to have sex with me?
But what am I getting into? Are we going to get tested before we have sex? Like, because if that's the case, we can go. We can take a test.
Mhm.
Because if your response is what am I getting into? Well, we can go take.
It's coochie.
Yeah, wait a minute. We can go take a test, and as soon as you say that, niggas be like, "Hey, huh?" Because bitch, you haven't been to the doctor in 12 years. So what are we talking about?
And the thing is, it's not that I don't say my number because I'm ashamed, because you can't shame somebody who's unashamed.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, hoe is life, 100, whether I'm fucking or not. I just feel like, and we'll get into that. There's an episode where we talk about that,
Yes.
but I just feel like I am going to do what the fuck I want to do with this body, because where are any of you motherfuckers when it's time to pay these motherfucking bills?
Right.
Where you at?
It's
Where's your 2 cents? Where is your literal 2 fucking cents to pay these bills? But you got 2 cents about this body count. So say I was a virgin, right? This is why body counts are stupid, because if I was a virgin, but your favorite thing is getting your knob slobbed, why would you think I would know how to do that?
Because I'm a virgin.
But isn't like, so I even heard guys like, oh, it's just more than 3 bodies. That
Here's the
but
thing.
you know before.
But here's the thing is that who are you having sex with, and if it's more than 3 bodies? If this woman is literally 40 years old and you talk about 3 bodies is too much, bitch, what the fuck?
Well, you know, without telling some people's business, I know some women who are married, and that is the first, the only guy that they've had sex with.
And I know, but I do know
Radio,
people like
bitch,
that.
that's not me.
Yeah, but I do know people. But my thing is that here's the thing is that, you know, 3 bodies is too many. So how many do you have?
So let's talk about that. When you ask guys how many people, they don't even know. And I'm
fucking
not, they don't know because it's a low number. They don't know because some niggas have had more sex than Will Chamberlain.
Baby.
And I'm supposed to be okay if we're gonna take the same standard, right? That women who sleep with lots of people are unclean. You dirty dick motherfucker, I'm supposed to have sex with you and you don't know how many people? I know my number, I'm just not telling you. But you have no idea. I had a guy tell me, I don't know, but it's more than 200. And I was like, you don't need my number.
Right.
You literally don't need to have sex with me. So why is knowing how many I've had, why is that important to you? You've literally had more, I promise you've had more sex than me.
Right.
And my number is pretty high.
But that's the thing is that I am always, you know me, I ask questions. Yes. Why do you need to know?
That part.
Because what, so you ask the question, why? You know me, I need explanation.
Yes.
Why do you need to know?
Because that's my business.
And what will it change if you do know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if the point of us, we just fucking, then it doesn't matter. This could be a one-hitter quitter. Like this is, so do you want your opportunity or do you not want your opportunity? Like it's
right. And even if we start talking about, well, I'm not wifing up no hoe. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. First of all, y'all listen to Too Much Motherfucking Too Short, okay? And Dog Pound. Yeah, some people want hoes for wives, okay? Shout out to T.I. He usually will be talking about shit I want to talk about, but that's my motherfucking song.
But here's the thing is that
what I don't want a housewife, okay?
But this is the thing is that I think, and this is why some shit doesn't go. You don't want a woman with a high body count, but you want her to be able to do tricks and splits and flips on your dick. But she can't learn that if she only been with one nigga. I mean, well, she could, but
You can't listen.
But this is what, but you know what I'm insinuating is that you're asking for two things that don't go together.
They don't.
They don't go together.
My sexual history is a culmination of experiences. I did not look at porn as the teacher that men think of.
Look at
because this is my experience, and I'm not saying this is every woman's experience, but this is my experience. Me having a variety of lovers over the years, men and women, has allowed me to figure out what I like and what I don't like.
There it is.
Right?
And that's it.
How I like it.
Yep.
How I don't like it. And I do not think, because men's egos are so fragile, and I've dealt with women who had fragile egos, the honesty involved in getting to know your own body, some people cannot deal with that. I used to be involved with someone who was offended that I didn't like his soft penis. What am I gonna do with that? I can't. And it's like a stress ball,
right? But
when it's hard. So yes.
What were you supposed to be doing?
They wanted me to be just as enamored with their penis when it was soft as I was when it was hard, because they said my response when it was hard was far more favorable than when it was soft. I can't do anything with a soft penis. But the thing that they were uncomfortable with is they were a grower. They're not a shower. But they're a phenomenal grower. So when they're soft, they're about 3 inches, right? But when they grow, I kid you fucking not, this motherfucker would grow like 6 motherfucking inches. And it would get huge. It was a porn star penis. Take comfort in the fact that you actually can grow that.
Yeah, because
there are men who can't. What you see is what you get. It's gonna get hard, but it's gonna stay that 3 inches.
Yeah.
And that's no hate. There's some guys who can do things with those things, right? But my thing is, how are you offended by this when I didn't say I didn't want to have sex with you?
Right.
I just said, yeah, can we just make it hard? No, he wanted me to stick
No, because I know what you're gonna say.
Banana in my mouth and make it hard. But you're not giving me those kinds of vibes where I even want to do that. So I just wait till it's hard, and then it's go time. I don't. But this is my thing is I know what I like, but I'm supposed to choose to like something else because your feelings are hurt about your fatty coo, nigga. What?
Oh my God, I really died.
I don't understand that men can have tons of experiences to figure out what they like, but we as women are not allowed that space. And it's just it's giving very fucking double standard, because you want me to know how to suck dick right. You want me to know how to fuck right, from the back, from the front, from the side.
Yeah.
Like, you want me to be able to take it in all these different holes, right? My ear hole, my nostril, my armpit, right? My booty coochie.
What you call it? Booty cat.
Booty cat.
Booty cat.
Right? You want me to be able to do all these things. Like, I have to be the Wonder Woman of sex.
Right.
But you're not even a good teacher. Like, you've had sex with hundreds of women and still don't fucking know where a goddamn clitoris is. I know where a penis is. I know where a G-spot is.
Right. And here's the thing is that what's so crazy is that it's like, yes, sir, you may have had a lot of sex, but was it satisfying sex for your partner? Because
I don't care.
Yeah, but that's the thing is that they don't care. So why should I care if you know how many niggas I done had sex with? Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like you're not putting your care in the right place. Like you want to care about a number when you should really care about finding what you can't find. If you know what I mean.
I say this, and there's a part of me that's like, don't say this in case this person ever watches the podcast, because I feel like they know that it's them I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I kid you not. Out of all of my sexual experiences, it wasn't until I was, let me do the math so I make sure I'm the right age. How old am I now? 43.
Yes.
So where was I? I'm trying to think where I lived. 6 years
It's a girl. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that would make me 37.
Yes. Yep.
I was 37 the very first time I had a considerate lover. The very first time. And that's why this bodies conversation, it doesn't matter, because I've had sex with tons of people. And out of all those people, only one. And I'm a middle-aged woman by then. And let's be real about what middle-aged is, okay? Because it's not what you guys think. It's
Right.
not just 40 in your 40s or your 50s.
No.
You're middle-aged when you're about, you got to think about the lifespan. So
No.
after 35,
Yeah,
really,
after 35.
you're middle-aged. So I had to wait till I was almost 40 to have a considerate lover. And it wasn't that I was picking like terrible people all these years.
Yeah.
It's just that people are conditioned to have sex certain ways. So when you grow up watching a ton of porn, which a lot of people do, they start watching porn at very young ages.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who start having sex at like 12, 13 years old. I didn't. I was 16 when I started having sex, but you don't know what the fuck you're doing at 16. So you for damn sure don't know what you're doing at 12. Motherfuckers didn't know what they was doing at 21. I remember one of the bodies I caught. This motherfucker was fucking a couch cushion, and he was fucking me. And I didn't have the heart to tell him, but he was really into it. I was like, can you not have sex with this person?
I would like to.
They
But
don't know what a coochie
I would
feels
like to raise you inner thigh.
Oh my God.
I've never told that story, but yeah. Yeah.
Inner thigh?
Inner thigh with somebody who had had sex with me before. So I was like, so now you don't know the difference? All right, bro. We won't be doing this again. And we did not.
But imagine if I was concerned about body count.
Right.
And was just like, oh, I can't have any more, because he was, what number was he? It was in high school when it happened.
But here's the thing, is that a lot of times there's women out there who will circle back to somebody who wasn't all that good because you don't want your number to go up. I have seen, not me. I'm not circling back on that. And then I'm not staying with that raggedy Negro to keep having sex with him because I don't want my number to go up. No.
There are too many people in the world who actually want to have enjoyable sex with you, and they want to make sure that you're pleased to settle for something because you are listening to these basement nig sales tell you that if you sleep with more than 3 people, you are a filthy whore. I will be a filthy whore then, okay? I will. I'll be the biggest slut you know, but I will also have enjoyable sex when I have it because it's my fucking body. And I can choose to do with it whatever the fuck
I mean, but let's talk about the people who get with the low body count women, but you cheat on them with the high body count women.
Because she doesn't know how to give good head. She's great.
I literally had a guy tell me this years ago on Twitter, and I did block him after we had this conversation because I thought it was the most horrendous. Of course it was in my DM. That about some girl that he used to like, that she really gave good head, but he had a fiance, he was getting married like in a few weeks. And I said, well, she's not fucking with you because you have a fiance. Like, and I was like, so why doesn't your fiance? And he was like, she doesn't do that. I was like, so your fiance doesn't suck dick? And I said, but you just told me that was your favorite thing. I said, so how is that gonna work when you get married? Because you know she's not gonna just automatically start doing that when you get married.
This goes back to the world being a ghetto. I'm married, so you have to do what I tell you to do. Do you know? I don't know if people acknowledge this, but if you, husband, force your wife to have sex with you, you do know that's rape, right?
God, it was just, I thought it was the most ridiculous conversation. I was like, so basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna marry this woman, but then go out and cheat on her because she don't suck dick. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
And he was like, and then he was like, she's a good woman. And I said, so
then treat her well.
I said, so she's a good woman. I said, okay, but I'm not even gonna focus on her. I said, but you're gonna go into this knowing you're gonna be unsatisfied.
Yes.
You're gonna go into this marriage knowing you're gonna be unsatisfied and do her wrong because you know you willingly marry somebody who cannot satisfy you. Is this what you're telling me? And then he was like, yes. And then I was like, block, report, get out of here.
Yes.
Because now I know that you're a fucking idiot.
Yes.
And I don't want to ever talk to you ever again.
I will say this, and for anyone who doesn't know me, I was being sarcastic earlier when I was like, because she doesn't suck good head. Like, no, this is things that I've heard guys tell me, and they will entertain relationships with other women, like, oh, you're the best I ever had, but they'll marry somebody else. What? Well, she would make a better mother to my children.
Yep.
Excuse me? It doesn't make any sense. Like, you need to be cultivating a trustworthy relationship with your wife, with your significant other. And if you don't want to, if this person is the love of your motherfucking life, but she used to be a pole dancer, who the fuck cares?
Right.
You could be having the best relationship of your life if you could get over the fact of what other people are going to think about your relationship. I feel like we as adults, these body count conversations, just any conversations about sex, if we are still acting like we are children, I feel like, when are you going to mentally grow up?
Right.
Why would you purposely have a life, an unsatisfying life?
Yeah. And that's what was kind of in my mind. I was just like, this don't make no sense to me. Like, it just, like, I'm giving you points.
Right.
Asking you specifically, and you're saying yes to everything. I need you to go jump off a bridge, sir, because this.
And also, if your significant other wants you to do things that you're uncomfortable with, that you don't like, that you want to do, I'm very much an advocate of, maybe that's not the person for you.
Yeah. It's, I feel like a lot of things that people want to do, or first of all, there's a level of trust that needs to be there before for this person to trust you to do these things. But just like you said, you're not even building trustworthy relationships to get to that point. Maybe she will fuck you dick, but you are out here scheming on another person. So she doesn't even feel safe doing that because she can feel that you're lightweight fucking with somebody else. Like, do you understand? Like, it was kind of like, I was literally talking to a brick wall, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to continue this.
It's the bodies conversation also goes off into other areas, because when we talk about having lots of sex with lots of different people, I'm very concerned about sexual health also.
Yes.
So I know some people have this belief that you carry around the energy of the bodies that you've had sex with, and that's why women shouldn't have lots of sex. There was some idiot bitch online. She wears a hat and she's just full of fucking shit. But she's saying that women shouldn't have lots of sex because, we carry around the energy of the men. So what do men carry around? They don't have the energy of the women, if we're going to believe that, right? Now,
they got goat coochie all over them.
Thank you. Me personally, now let's talk about it from a biological standpoint, okay? You know what happens when a guy has sex with lots of women without a condom? You know what happens?
pH balance is trash.
He fucks up every single woman's pH balance. So if me personally, I'm a woman and I'm using protection, I do not let anyone go in me unsheathed. What am I carrying around?
Right.
Right? But this man is sticking his unsheathed penis
Goes
and
coochie.
God knows what, right? So he could be fucking assholes too. I didn't say that man was gay, but even if he was, what if he's gay? What if he's bisexual, right? What if he just doesn't subscribe to anything? He just goes with the flow, does what the fuck he wants to do,
Right.
but he's not, he's not protecting himself. He is literally spreading booty coochie germs all over the goddamn place.
Goes coochie.
Okay? But you're concerned about me being a whore?
Right.
But you could be concerned about yourself. Why don't you make sure that you are concerned about your sexual health as well?
Yep.
Because I really do feel like there's this stigma to getting tested. And I think people are ashamed because they think that if they catch something, it's because they're dirty. And that's because there's this whole stigma to dirty. If you have a sexually transmitted disease or sexually transmitted infection, you're a dirty person. You didn't be clean. But there are people, the very first time they have sex, they catch something.
Yep.
Because the dirty motherfucker, this is how we treat people, right? When they have something, we call them dirty, had sex with this virgin. But if you are a guy who is like, I can have sex with whoever I want to, and I can have sex however I want to, but you're only looking for women with low or no body counts, you get to sully their loins.
Yeah, you get to infect the city.
That doesn't, the math is not mathing.
It never maths. It never maths.
It's not mathing.
It's not mathing.
I honestly, even when we talk about like sexual health, right? And wanting to know people's sexual health that you're having sex with, I don't need to know your number.
No.
I just need to know, are you taking care of yourself?
Yep.
When's the I can ask these things. If you want to have sex with me, I can be like, when's the last time you were tested?
Yeah.
I can even ask to see the test for confirmation. If you want to ride this ride.
I'm sorry. That just reminds me of the time I got in the car with a stranger and he pulled out his medical records from underneath the seat.
I'm laughing, but he's like prepared, like, oh, she ain't finna tell me no.
I only got in the car because he looked like Method Man. Moving on. Keep going. I know, I'm so terrible.
But still, I feel like see, that's a person who's just like, I don't care about bodies, but here is my history.
Yeah. And the crazy,
we ready to go and no.
But when the crazy shit was that I saw him with his girlfriend in the mall the next day. And I was like,
wow, sir.
Yeah, that. Well, he didn't mention her when I was in the car yesterday. Now I'm hiding in the clothes, right?
No backseat loving commence?
No. I mean, he was also a man that was on the interstate and he pulled himself out while he was driving and I was on the window.
Well,
to get out. Lived a life, people.
Don't talk to strangers.
I don't think I got any more strange cars out.
No.
It's a whole nother story. But yeah, like it's just, again, the math isn't mathing. It's always this double standard because it's never what's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's never, it's never that. And so it's we have to maintain this pristine, clean, image for the man's psyche. It's all about it is. And it's really for their psyche because like, I mean, first of all, like, why are you really worried about the next man? Like, in this moment, the fact that you would even be talking about that's really bothersome to me. Why are you thinking about other dicks? Well, I'm trying to get on yours. Like, that is...
You're killing the mood.
I don't want to do it. I want you to go home. I want you to get away from me. Don't touch me. Because now you've changed my mood. Like, you are focused on something that we should not be focused on. And then it's an idiotic conversation to have. And again,
there is no faster way to kill my mood than it's obvious we finna get it cracking and you bring up the body count.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm never gonna have sex with you.
yeah.
Because even if you're, I'm just curious. Well, cat in the hat, take your fucking curiosity and raise up, because you just fucked it up. You fucked it up for yourself.
I mean, at that point, you might as well. And when you leave, you can block me.
Yeah.
On the way out the door, you can block me. Go ahead.
There will be no sex cracking over here. I want us to be the mature people
that we claim to be.
Yes, that we claim to be.
Yeah.
I want to make sure your health is in order. And that's it. I have been fortunate enough to not contract anything. And I say fortunate because I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I have used protection every single. I got a kid, you know I haven't.
Some of us have risked our lives.
However, that kid that came out of nowhere. And I know some people are like, oh, if you're fucking, you should. I wasn't supposed to be able to have kids.
Right. That's a whole
But
other conversation. Yeah.
when it comes to protection, and that's another thing, as much as I do feel hoe is life, still protect yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can't rely on other people to protect you.
No.
You have people who will act like they're protecting you and take the condom off mid pump.
Yeah.
Please don't do that.
That's right.
Penis wielders. Please don't. And
I
I say penis wielder because you could be trans and doing that stupid shit. Don't do that to people.
Yes.
That is
a crime.
It is.
This is a crime.
It actually, like, we're not being funny. That's illegal to do that. It's up there with rape.
Yes.
What is that crime classified as?
I feel like it's also like it's
an assault charge.
Yeah, I feel like it's sexual assault, but there's something added to it. Like I don't, like something with deception or something kind of, because if the person doesn't know, I can't remember what the legalese is, but I'm pretty sure it's a sexual assault.
And I don't want to hear this shit about, you're taking the fun out of the moment. You can have that moment with someone else. You're not going to have it with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, is it why are people so committed to being creeps? I swear you can have non-creepy sex. I promise you can, and it will be enjoyable.
But that's the point, is that do you not enjoy it if it's not creepy?
Are you? I think it's a control thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, if it's not, if you are like a genuine creep and you don't enjoy sex unless it's creepy, then that's a whole different conversation.
Stay away from it.
Yeah.
If your idea of being in control at all times is, I need to know her body count. If I want to take this condom off while we're fucking, I should have the freedom to do that so that it can feel, I can't feel anything with this condom on. You motherfucking lie. You better put that sheepskin on and shut the fuck up.
Jesus Christ.
There's
the lies.
Also,
so many lies.
Also, stop wearing magnums. Like, you don't need that. You don't need that.
I want y'all to stop buying those.
Your condom shouldn't look like a saggy tube sock.
Yes, it shouldn't look like a saggy tube sock. And the likelihood of it coming off increases when you wear something that is not properly fitted.
Yes, it does.
Just like if I wear shoes too big, I'll fall.
It's gonna flop off.
And hurt myself. Or it'll flop off.
Yeah.
Think about it like that.
Like, I get it.
Wait a minute. You know your shoe size. Don't do that.
The Magnum is for, girthier guys. So I understand some of you do feel a little better. It doesn't feel like you're choking to death.
Yes.
But yeah, like, do better.
Please.
That's really what this is about. When we talk about the body count, that doesn't make you a person that isn't qualified to be married.
Right.
That doesn't make you a person that isn't qualified to be a parent. You have some people who are terrible parents and terrible spouses.
Right.
And they have very low body counts.
Yeah, and just like, don't let anybody wield that against you as something to have power over you, to make you feel bad about who you are as a person, because your number may be a little bit higher than maybe somebody else's, but that's your business. Like,
it is.
Don't let anybody come into your life and try to use that against you in any way to try to control you in situations and make you feel bad about who you are as a person, because that's not what that's about.
Listen, and my dad was a whole asshole. Okay. And I'm not being flippant when I say that. I'm being serious. But he was very strict about me and my sister's engagement with the opposite sex, because he was terrified of us being whores, right? And when he found out, I think I was 19 when he found out that I was no longer a virgin. And his words to me were, tell me how many people you had sex with so I know how much of a whore you are. How would you say that to your child?
Again, to wield something over you.
But why would you, a whole ass hoe, say that to your child?
He's a man.
My point exactly.
He's a man.
Okay. See, these double standards, It was, you were supposed to be saving yourself for marriage, and you were supposed to be a virgin.
So if I never get married, I'm supposed to die a virgin.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Look, no.
According to the Bible, you're not supposed to be fornicating.
All right then.
Tamara. It's against God's will for you. You are supposed to be celibate and
the
abstain.
Lord is my shepherd. He know what I want.
Celibate and abstain from sex. Listen, when my dad said that to me, I was hurt and angry, so the tears just came down. It wasn't an ugly cry, it was just uncontrollable. And I just got out the car, and he stopped and he's like, hey, like you, and I just walked in the house and I closed the door because I didn't live with him. But it's one of those types of things, even if you other people out in the world feel that way, it is a very disconcerting thing to know your own father feels that way. Like, bodies are so important. The control of girls and women's body is more important to you than actually making sure they know, hey, sexual safety. There's no sexual safety taught.
And that's the crazy thing about, like, when they want to take sex education out of schools, or they have taken it out of schools, like, and then you're like, why are all these numbers, like, these STDs are rising and this, that,
yes.
Well, because y'all teach it.
Let me tell you, I honestly think my body count would be lower if my parents would have just answered questions. I was curious. And I said, well, my biggest thing, what actually drove me to actually decide, okay, I'm going to go ahead and have sex. I was in high school, and these girls kept getting into fights over this one dude. And I was like, why are they fighting over this dude? One girl had a baby already. So her baby would be at home with her mama while she was at school. And they were getting into knockdown, drag out brawls. And I was just like, what is it about these dudes? Like, and so I was like, what is going on? Like, why is that? So come to find out, well, he had sex with somebody else. And so the girlfriend found out and fought the other girl. But she thought that was her man too. And I was like, does sex feel that good that you would just want to get in a fight with somebody? Like, I don't understand. I need to get in on this. Like, what is this that feels like great?
You want to know what's going to make me want to
I did.
Getting a fisticuffs.
I wanted to understand, like,
Ooh,
what is so good about this? Let me try it out.
It was a disappointment.
It wasn't that. It was just nobody. When you have parents, and it really wasn't my mom, it was my dad who didn't want us to know anything about sex. They're not telling you anything. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
So I had a boyfriend in high school, but he was a hoe. He was sleeping with fucking. I had girls always trying to fight me over this nigga, and I was just like, this motherfucker can definitely not be. He thinks to this day he's my first. He is not. It happened to be this really okay. I lied. The considerate lover was not the first. It was my first.
Okay.
The first. So it's been two people.
Okay.
Two.
We upped it.
So
we upped it, y'all.
16 and 37.
Jesus
was
Christ.
when I had consent. So my very first time. So when people say their first time was very unenjoyable, the first time I tried, it was terrible. It was like Carrie. Have you seen the movie Carrie?
Unfortunately, I have.
Yeah, so
and that's why I'm making this
the
face.
bucket.
Yes, that's why I'm making
That's
this
literally, and I was just like, something's wrong. It would not go in. So I took that as a sign from the universe. This is not the person that I need to have this experience with for the first time. Maybe after,
right? But
not the first time. And so the first time it was great. But this guy around town, he was considered a hoe too. You know how they say you date people that's your father? I've dated a ton of hoes.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord of mercy.
It wasn't intentional, but I just happened. So anyway, long story less long. Even having sex and acquiring these bodies in high school, I still couldn't understand why girls were fighting over penis.
Yeah.
We're in high school. We weren't having that great of sex. You know what I'm saying?
I have seen some girls get in fights over dudes. And then I didn't even understand. Like, I'm with you. Like, I didn't understand. There was one guy, he was real, yeah, they fought over that. And then it was like, when then his girlfriend wasn't around, he was like, he really was on this campaign like he didn't like me. And I was like, well, I don't really give a shit, nigga. Like, I'm not, like, you're not in my friend group. Like, it was just kind of one of those things, like, you're not
I wasn't trying to
I don't, but the reason why he didn't like me was because I saw him cheating on his girlfriend. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I saw it. I'm not saying nothing until if somebody asks me, I'll be like, yeah, but I'm not going out of my way to tell anybody. But so his focus was to make people not like me, because if I ever said anything, it would be like, she just saying that because she liked me and I don't like her. And I was like, I never said anything, but you told on yourself because you thought I told.
Yep.
So long story short, he eventually tried to hit on me. And then I was like,
no, bruh.
I see you in gray sweatpants. I'm not impressed.
Tamara.
I know. I'm sorry.
People can be growers.
Yeah, but I didn't want him to grow or show. I just wanted him. Yeah, I was uninterested, but I was uninterested in acquiring a body. I mean, but everybody in school, like, they were swooning over this nigga, and I was just like,
I feel like the hype.
Yes.
It's the hype there, and when you make this big deal out of the bodies and stuff, I think boys are conditioned to acquire a lot of bodies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're more masculine the more girls or women that you have sex with. And then on the other side with women, you're less desirable the more boys or men you have sex with. But again,
the math's not mathing.
It's not.
Because if men, that's what we have sex with men. If you're going out and you're acquiring all these bodies, but the girls ain't supposed to have bodies, so at this point, y'all should be having sex with each other.
Right.
If we're all saying no, then y'all should be fucking one another. I know that's not true. So the idea that you would hold it against the women that you have already, ran through, as you say, as men say.
Yes.
But you will hold it against them, but you acquired your numbers from these women.
So how are you going to up your masculinity if we can have more than 3 sex partners in our entire life?
If we all say no.
I'm not against gay sex.
I'm not either. If that's
how
if
you
that's your
wanna learn.
jam, if that's your jam.
That's how you gotta learn. Hey, have fun, boys.
Yeah.
But we know that's not how it's happening.
No, we don't.
I feel like, and that's when it gets into the whole self-esteem thing.
Yeah.
Some guys look for particular girls or women. Easy.
They're very much, they go into predator mode,
Yes,
which is disgusting in itself, but
it is. So these bodies conversations, listen, with the demise of Twitter, I just hope the bodies conversation does not end up on Spill or Threads.
yeah,
Like, let's keep it kosher, people.
I can't.
Let's find something else to discuss, because
Let's talk about the world and the climate and why we're all catching on fire right now when we shouldn't be aflame in our vehicles because it's so hot.
What?
Just because it's so hot outside.
What is that, Texas? Listen, I be taking full advantage of the fact. I am grateful to you, universe. This has nothing to do with bodies on bodies. I am grateful to you, universe, for air condition,
Baby.
because 97 degrees in Georgia, it literally feels like your skin is peeling off.
It's so hot outside sometimes in Georgia that when you come outside, it's like you cannot breathe. It's like,
yes, I take water with me.
yeah.
Everywhere I take 2 bottles of water, everywhere I go, I fill them up while I'm out because I'm drinking that much water.
Yeah.
I was so dehydrated the other day, I started choking
Girl.
because my throat was so dry.
Child, that's why I be checking my fingertips to see if they wrinkly to me and whether I'm dehydrated or not.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yes, if you haven't been having your hands in water and you look at your hands and they're wrinkly like you've been in water, that means you're dehydrated.
That's never happened to me, but I didn't know that's what that was. Oh, thanks, Tam. Anyway, that has nothing to do with bodies.
But
we'll wrap this up.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come back next week. We'll still be talking about the sex.
Yes. Listen.
I don't know what next week is. I don't. Let me not say I don't know. I know. I just don't.
I don't remember. And I looked at it, but again, like the way I had it written, I have it all written like just blurbs, and so I was like,
yeah.
So
come back next week. We still talking about sex.
Yes, y'all can hear us talk about sex. I know some of y'all like that.
Yes, I know. Like people, people are nasty.
They are. It's funny, but
okay.
Our numbers should be up these next couple weeks.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's what we're hoping.
Until then, adios, amigos.